Hey PCVR friends, today I show you something really nice, something pretty new, what I always wanted to show you. I mean, the game is not new. I will use my favorite headset, the Pimax Crystal Super OLED. This is insane. Yeah, perhaps check out my review. Very nice resolution, OLED display and all the things. Link is in the description, also a coupon code if you want to. But it's about the Flight Simulator 2024. But not just like I normally do it, like starting in the air somewhere or so. I'm an absolute noob and I want to show it for other noobs or just for people that want to laugh about me. So I'm a noob and we will try the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 Flight School in VR. So there are many videos about the flight school and flight simulator, but in VR, I think it's not so often. So let's check it out for noobs that really want to see the flight simulator, that want to experience that, like a noob like me. So we can check it out how to fly. It's gonna be very funny and I hope I can do that. I'm not sure. So all the links are in the description. My name is Thomas and you're watching Voodoo.de. Let's have some fun with the video and let's go.
Voodoo.de.
Okay guys, and here we are. And this is gonna be really interesting because I'm an absolute noob in this game. I have no idea about anything and I want to learn it. So this is gonna be interesting for people that also want to learn it, or pro people that want to laugh about me. So yeah, we will start a career now. This is the Flight Simulator 2024. This is the Pimax Crystal Super OLED, and I also have here a Thrustmaster and also this one here. Yeah, so I put it next to me here, and I will use it. I use a combination of mouse and keyboard and the Thrustmaster, so this is going to be interesting. So I will put the headset on now. I know this is a little bit small right now, but it will change as soon as we enter the plane. So let's go to the career. We will skip that for now. Choose any location in the world where you want to start your career. So I want to start at the German North Sea. There is a small village here. It's called Carolinensiel. And we have a small airport here. This place I visit very often. Here's the North Sea. It's really beautiful there. If you visit Germany, just go there. So here's the airport Halle. It's called Halle Airport. And let's check it out. Here we are. Choose airport. Here we are.
Hello there. You must be Voodoo.de, right?
Exactly.
Welcome to Harl. I'm Hetty, the owner of this Aero Club.
Hey, Hedy.
Here at the club, we provide all the training lessons you need to get started and earn your private pilot license.
Okay.
Then, once you've earned your PPL, you can build up your flight hours and get more experience by taking people out on first flights.
That's a bad idea to enter the plane when I'm
But
flying.
before any of that, let's head outside and take a flight to get familiar with our aircraft and the local surroundings.
Okay. Look, that's beautiful, right?
Today we will be flying in a Cessna 172 Skyhawk.
Cessna.
It's the main trainer airplane in our flight school. Our Cessna's got a glass cockpit and a 180 horsepower engine, climbs well, and is easy to fly. It's one sweet ride. I'm ready if you are, so hop in and buckle up. Let the good times roll.
So now I control that with my mouse and WASD. You can walk around in this game. That's really cool. You can use it as a walking simulator and visit the whole planet by foot if you like. But now we can enter the plane. So here is what our mission steps. We can now press Shift C to enter the aircraft, but we can also just walk there to the... Wait. Oh, I'm stuck on the wings. Here we can, you see that? We can push all the buttons and we can just push the mouse button, and I can also enter the
Welcome
cockpit.
aboard. While you settle in, let's go over
Hey.
our flight plan.
Cool, right?
After taking off, we will climb to 460 meters above sea level and then fly over the airport to enjoy the view.
Okay.
Ready? Why don't you start the engine for us?
Okay, Control E. If we know where the button is for I have no idea. You can see, you can switch and click all the buttons in the cockpit. This is absolutely amazing. This is so realistic, just by with the mouse here. Or you can just learn the hotkeys and put them on the joystick buttons. We have thousands of buttons here. And the cool thing in VR is that normally if you have the flat screen, you cannot just, you have to push some buttons or turn the camera with a joystick or so. But here I can just turn around myself. Yeah, this is so great. This is absolutely amazing, right? And yeah, I can look at the back seat here, for example. Hey, and now I can push Control E. Here we go.
Perfect. The wind is from 264 degrees direction with a speed of 2 knots. So we'll be taking off from runway 26.
Whatever.
Okay, let me taxi to the runway.
Okay, this is the rounds per minute here that I already know. I think that's speed or so. And
Alright,
that's
now comes
height.
the fun part. After releasing the brakes and applying full power, we will speed up and take off once we reach 102 kilometers per hour airspeed. We will be climbing at 139 kilometers per hour, which is the recommended climbing speed for the Cessna Skyhawk.
Oh my
While
God.
climbing, we will follow a left-hand traffic pattern and make 2 turns. Don't worry if it sounds overwhelming. I am here to help.
Yes, it's overwhelming.
Release the parking brakes. Otherwise, we're not going anywhere.
So, the parking brakes is control space, but there is a button, of course, for that somewhere. People that are pros know, of course, where that. Oh, where that is it? This one? Oh, there's the parking brake. It even shows that. You see?
Good. Ready for takeoff?
There's the
Apply
parking
full
brake.
power to get us moving.
Thanks for showing it to me. That's cool. That's what I just learned. I didn't know that. I know here's gas. Yeah, here. And there's the rudder here. And there's the parking brake. Interesting. So, so now we can, of course, use the joystick here. I'm just touching the joystick here. And now throttle. I push the throttle full forward now. Bam. You see that? And now let's go.
You handle the yoke, and I'll take care of the pedals, steering the aircraft on the runway during takeoff.
We're at North Sea in Germany, guys. What was that? 120, right?
We have reached 102 kilometers per hour. Pull the yoke a little bit to lift off.
Yeah, here we go. That was. Look at this. There's the North Sea. Oh, and this is the Halle. That's the river
Perfect
here.
climbing attitude and speed. I see you know what you're doing. We are approaching our first turn. As you'll see, the Cessna 172 requires very little yoke movement to turn.
Cool. Look at this.
You can
I
start
love the
turning left.
graphics. Okay, let's turn left.
We are 90 meters above the ground. I will retract the flaps. You keep climbing.
Yeah, that's a little bit confusing because she tells that in meters, and this is of course in feet here. So it's a little bit confusing. I think perhaps we can change that in the menu,
Keep climbing and prepare for the next turn.
because I have no idea like how I can translate that into feet. Oh wait, that.
Okay, turn left again. We are almost there.
I don't know.
Remember, we need to climb to 460 meters. It will keep us 150 meters above the traffic pattern.
Okay.
I love the weather today. The
Yeah,
clouds
it's
are
nice
beautiful,
here.
aren't they?
It was pretty good, right? For me as a noob.
There we are. 460
There's the
meters
airport.
above sea level and 150 meters above the traffic pattern. We have safe separation with the other airplanes. Look around, see our airport?
There's
Let's
the
fly
airport.
over it.
I love that the tutorial, you can just choose where you want to do the tutorial and the flight license. So I choose the North Sea here in Germany, but you can of course start wherever you want.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I know that you're busy navigating and controlling the plane, but don't forget to enjoy the view.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's so nice in VR that you can just look everywhere, guys. How cool is that? There's the airport. There we started. Is that cool? Whoa.
Well done.
Well
I
done.
believe you have a talent for piloting.
I don't think so,
I
but
hope you
thanks.
enjoyed the flight. Let's head back to the ground now.
Yeah, I enjoyed the flight, definitely. Woo! That was pretty good, right? And it's so much more fun in
I'm
VR.
glad that we flew together today. This might be the first chapter in your pilot's journey, if you want to embark on it.
I'm happy
Let's catch
that
up
I'm
at our headquarters.
still alive.
You seemed comfortable out there. I'm sure you'll get your PPL in no time.
I'm not sure
There's a
about
laptop in the office that shows all the certification information you'll need for your PPL exam. Take a look.
this. Okay. So here is our certification.
Here you can see all the different certifications you can pass throughout your career. Your first step is to work towards your private pilot license.
And that is also already a problem. So here we have the private pilot license. We have to begin with this because you see that the other ones are locked. For example, here, commercial pilot license, airplane, jet engine rating. And here is a heavy airliner rating. That's crazy. This is the maximum. And on the other side, there's helicopters. Cool, right? But of course, we have to start with this one.
All the training lessons you'll need to pass the PPL exam are available here. Make sure you're comfortable with these before taking the exam.
I'm definitely not so here we can take the exam, but I have no idea, so I will definitely not make it. So we have to do all of those things here, and then we can try the exam. So sim controls. We see the briefing here. Before getting to know more about aircraft controls, we will go over basic controls and toolbar interactions with our essential tools to master in Flight Simulator. Learn, open and interact the toolbar menu, interact with the camera panel, use the cursor to highlight and interact with cockpit instruments, create, save and access custom camera views. So let's do that. In my German video, I had problems with that. It said it finished after like one step. Let's see if it works better here.
Welcome to Sedona. I'm Captain Jess Molina, and I'll be your instructor.
Hey, Jess. What's
For this
going
lesson,
on?
we're going to start on the ground and focus on some basic concepts. Fundamentals every pilot needs to know before hitting the skies. This is your plane, a classic, the Cessna 172. In front of you is the yoke, the primary means of controlling the aircraft. In a simulation, you will be controlling the aircraft with your peripherals of choice.
Yeah, my Thrustmaster.
So, let's hide the yoke for now.
So we can click on that to hide it.
Great.
Yeah, that's crazy. This is a bug or so. It says training complete, but it is not complete. There should be some other steps. I have no idea what that is, because I resetted my career and it should not do that. This is a bug. I think it's a bug or so. Or does it? Do you know that? And also, I cannot click here. You see that? This is, I don't know. It seems to be a problem in the game. I have to control that with WASD. Like we can go for the next training here. I don't know, this is something like a bug or so. We can just go to the next training and see if that, it should work better. Start.
familiar with the aircraft, a Cessna 172, and a few commands to navigate it through the skies. In front of you is the yoke.
Yeah.
The yoke is like a steering wheel, more or less.
Like this one here. Wheel, wheel, wheel.
Turn it left or right to control the ailerons and bank the aircraft into turns. Look at the trailing edge of the wings while turning the yoke to see the effect on the ailerons.
Ailerons. So I don't know all English words.
Okay. Now, the difference between the yoke and a steering wheel is you can pull or push on the yoke.
Like this.
This controls the elevator at the back of the aircraft to make it climb or descend. Look at the horizontal stabilizer while you pull on the yoke. You can see how it affects the elevator.
This?
Nice. Down at your feet are the rudder pedals.
That's the rudder.
They
See?
steer the aircraft when you're on the ground. The upper part of the pedals also control your brakes. In the air, they control the rudder at the end of the vertical stabilizer to yaw the aircraft. This is mostly for small corrections. For coordinating turns or compensating for a plane's tendency to pull left during takeoffs and climbs. Look at the vertical tail while operating the pedals to see the effect on the rudder.
See that here at the back of the plane?
Great.
Nice.
Last but not least, the throttle is located near the center of the cockpit.
This one.
Pushing forward will increase power. Pulling back will decrease power.
So you can do it with the
First, look at the
throttle
throttle and select it.
or with the mouse. I can push it here
Keep
with
it
the mouse.
selected and push it forward to increase power.
True.
Power is increased. Now pull it back to decrease power.
He wants me to do that with the mouse. I don't know why.
Power is decreased. Now we'll do the same without focusing on it. Deselect the throttle. Look away from the throttle and increase power. Set your throttle
Nice.
to idle. Excellent.
Nice, that was good.
When the engine is on, you'll be able to see the power change on your RPM indicator.
That's here.
You will find it on your PFD screen in
Yeah.
the top left corner.
RPM. Yeah, I see it. Does he really want me to do that with the... Oh my god. That's weird. That worked with on my German video, so I have to do it with the... Crazy. This discover the instrument panel. Look at the RPM. That's weird.
This tells you
Oh,
how
no.
fast the engine is spinning
Okay.
in hundreds of revolutions per minute.
So it's still
Next,
it's a
take a
little
look
bit
at your current speed on the
buggy.
airspeed indicator. It's on the left on your PFD screen. It measures the speed in knots.
That's
To check your altitude, look to the altimeter. It's on the
Speed
right
in
on your
knots.
PFD screen.
that's the height, the
Not all
altitude.
aircraft have integrated screens with all this information. A lot of them rely on analog instruments.
And that's here the analog.
You can find the analog versions of the airspeed indicator and the altimeter just above the throttle. They're respectively on the left and right.
Speed and altitude.
The analog altimeter has 3 hands similar to a clock. The long, thick pointer indicates 100-foot intervals.
This
The short,
one.
thick one is 1,000-foot intervals, and the long,
This one.
thin one counts 10,000-foot intervals. That's all for today. Next time, we'll see how it feels in the air.
Ooh, that was good, right? Bam! Training complete. So this worked, you know, but I think the last one was it was buggy. This game has a lot of bugs. I don't know why, but still it's absolutely amazing. Yeah, to see that here, Wow, and also I played it with the Crystal Super OLED now, and it has fantastic resolution and colors, and as you can see, it runs pretty smooth. So I put the Pimax Play visual quality on automatic, and then a smart smoothing I activated, and also in the game I set the VR quality to not to ultra but to high, and as you can see, it still looks brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I have a 40,900K CPU by Intel and NVIDIA RTX 4090. So that's pretty cool, right? And so now, guys, the question is, what do you think about this? So wait, we can go back to the career. Here we go to the certification. And we can check out, so the next one, we had this one, and the next one would be attitude pitch. So now the question is that interesting for you? So to see me as a hardcore noob trying to learn flying with the flight simulator and the Pimax headset, I could do a series about this to get a private pilot license or so, at least try it. And perhaps it's funny for you, perhaps it's interesting for you, perhaps you learn a new hobby for yourself, because this is, I didn't even know, it looks, perhaps you think about it and you say, perhaps it's boring or so, but to be a pilot of a real plane, and with VR it feels like a real plane, then it could be interesting for you. So please check out, give me a like or a comment or so if you like it and if you want to see more. And if you're interested in that, I will put all the links in the description for the headset itself. I have a coupon code as well, and the flight simulator and so on, so make sure to check it out. I hope you like it. Thank you for watching, give me a thumbs up, and see you next time in virtual reality. See ya!
Bude.de